Hello and welcome to Pine Environmental Pittsburgh. Today I'll be showing you the SamplePro 3/4 of an inch bladder pump assembly. So the bladder pump kit comes with a bunch of small pieces. I like to set these on a secure surface so that they don't roll away or become lost. There are 3 sets of O-rings. These ones are the largest, and they will go around this piece right here. So I like to start with the O-rings just to make sure those are all on before I assemble, just so none get forgotten. So one goes on the top and one goes on the bottom. It only really fits in one groove, so you'll be able to tell which it is. Next we have the small black O-rings. These are a little bit thinner than the other ones. This one goes over the top. This can be a little tricky, so you want to make sure you slide it over the first 2 grooves, and then continue moving it down until it sits in the final groove at the bottom. There it is, seated where it's supposed to be. Make sure it doesn't stick in the top one. So next we're going to move to the top of the pump head. We're going to insert a small plastic ball. They're white. You put that right in the top. And then there's another metal piece that goes over top of it, has a little line through it. So you just want to make sure that seats in there flat. It can take a little bit of trying because it's kind of smaller, but if you use something like a pen or a screwdriver to gently nudge it into place, it should work. Next, there's a thicker brown O-ring that goes on top of that to hold it in place. And then the smaller flat brown O-ring goes there. Next, we're going to take this piece and get that O-ring on there before we insert it. And this will go in the side. So this gets the thin black O-ring around it. So we want to make sure we take this small white ball and stick that in the side. And then we're going to place this over top of it with the O-ring side facing down until it clicks into place and is snug in its position. Now that that's all good, we're going to get this grab plate and make sure the pointy ends are facing down. It'll also indicate on the top which side is the top. The grooves only line up one way, so that's a pretty easy way to tell where it goes. You might have to hold it. It just sits on top like so. And then this next piece will also just kind of sit on top. It won't click into place until after you place the sleeve over it. So you may have to hold it on there until you get the sleeve on top. So just line up those grooves, the big and small, until it sits like so. No gaps in between. The sleeve has small bumps inside that should fit into the grooves on either side of the pump head. So we're just going to twist those down and on until it clicks into place. And there it is, right in place where it's supposed to be. Next, we're going to take the plastic bladder and insert it on the bottom of the pump. So some people like to scrunch up the bladder with their hand to make it easier to put on. I usually just use a gentle twisting motion until the opening becomes flush with the bottom of the pump head. And then the final step, we just insert the sleeve over top. Again, the sleeve has 2 little bumps that should fit into the grooves on the side. And then you just twist to make sure that locks into place. The O-ring will disappear from view, and there it is. Thanks for watching.